This video wraps up a few camera and audio comparisons that I typically do this time of the year when new phones come out. And in this one, I'll be comparing the Pixel 5 to the GoPro Hero 9. So right now I'm filming on the Pixel 5. I'm hand holding it and I'm shooting from the front camera. So I typically do that if I'm doing a vlog scenario so I can frame the shot, but I will do some comparisons with the rear camera. And now over to the GoPro Hero 9. Now I'm using the built-in microphones on both the Hero 9 and the Pixel 5 for these opening scenes so you can get an idea of what they sound like. I'll use a lavalier mic coming up when I walk around with the cameras. Now you'll notice that the field of view is wider on the GoPro than the Pixel 5 if I'm using the front camera of the Pixel 5, and that's one advantage of the GoPro. Now I am shooting right now in the GoPro Color, which can oversaturate things or add pretty heavy contrast. So what I typically do is I'll shoot a flat color profile and then color grade it. And so this is color graded. So this is the profile that I typically use, and that is shooting in flat and then color grading. And I won't really show what the flat looks like, but I do that because, again, the GoPro colors, sometimes they work for me and sometimes they throw things off, and I don't want to shoot a whole video and then realize the color wasn't what I wanted it. So this is typically what I do. And now back over to the Pixel 5. Now one thing that I want to point out is on the Pixel, you can only shoot 30 frames per second. You cannot go down to 24 unless you download an app. There is a photo app that I'll probably get. It's like $15 that you can shoot in 24. I haven't tried it, but one thing that I wish Google would do is allow 24 FPS, because I have a whole video library of video shot in 24 FPS, and you really can't combine those on the same timeline and get a good result. I will say that Google has improved the video quality of the Pixel 5 and even the audio quality for video. Now I've switched over to the rear camera of the Pixel 5 so you can get an idea of the video quality compared to the front camera. I think this will be better, but the downside is you really don't know if it's recording and you can't see yourself to frame the shot, but you can get a pretty good idea. Now what I'm gonna do next is switch over to the wide angle, which I think the quality is not gonna be as good. I know on the iPhone, when you go to the ultra wide, the quality goes down unless you have a ton of light, which is pretty good right now. But let's switch over to the wide camera of the Pixel 5. So this is the wide angle lens, and I know I'll be in the lens and I'll get all of my surroundings. So this is a pretty nice option. I'm actually curious too to see the quality. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch over to a lav mic for both of these, and I'm gonna walk around and give you an idea of stabilization. Now back over to the GoPro. I am using the lav mic, which is the Rode SmartLav Plus. I like this mic a lot because the cord length is really good and the quality is good with the Rode SmartLav Plus. So this will give you an idea of stabilization, which GoPro just rules every camera, every phone that I've ever used as far as stabilization. So I'm not really walking too fast. We'll do a running test and test the stabilization of both of these. I would say the Pixel 5 has gotten a lot better for stabilization, but this is just kind of the vlog test where you're walking around. So again, I'm shooting 4K 30. I'm using linear still on the GoPro. Now let's switch over to the Pixel 5 and see how that does for stabilization. Now over to the Pixel 5. Now when I use the rear camera, I can do like the active stabilization, which I'll do, but as far as walking and vlogging, right now it looks like it's a little jittery on the screen. Now another thing about the front-facing camera is you can only do 1080p. You can't do 4K. So that's another thing I wish Google will change in the future, is to go to a front camera that's 4K. So if they could do 24 FPS and 4K on all the cameras, that would be really nice. So this will give you an idea of the vlog stabilization of the Pixel 5. Again, I'm using the external microphone, the Rode SmartLav Plus. Have to use the little USB-C to headphone adapter, but that's not a big deal. It's a pretty nice setup. So we'll see how the stabilization is as I walk around with the Pixel 5. Now I'll do a test where I run with both of the cameras. I'll hold them and film at the same time, and we'll get an idea of the active stabilization. So I'll turn that on for the Pixel, and I think you'll see that the stabilization is really good. In my opinion, it's better than the iPhone. Because I've tested the iPhone 12. All right, let's try that now. Okay, so I'll start off walking. And by the way, I am using the boost turned on for the GoPro. So this is the most stabilization that you can get out of the GoPro. And the Pixel 5 is looking pretty good on the screen. Now let's run. And when I run, the cameras are really gonna bounce around. And we'll see how they do. Both cameras are really bouncing in my hands. This is probably like a worst case scenario for stabilization. Yeah, they're really bouncing. Still using the external microphone. And now for my low light test. So I'm on the Hero 9, and GoPros do not win any awards for low light. So I'm inside, no lights on. I've got some natural lighting coming in from a window. I'm gonna walk over here in a hallway that's gonna have super low light, just some natural light coming in. So this is the GoPro, and let's switch over to the Pixel 5 and see if it is any better in low light. All right, so Pixel 5, same scenario. Looks a little better on the screen. And by the way, I'm still using the lav mic. It's my preferred vlog mic. Just gets the best audio quality. Let's go back over here to this super low light situation, see if it's any better or worse than the GoPro. So again, this is Pixel 5, super low light, standing in the same spot I was earlier with the GoPro. Looks pretty good on the screen. I mean, it's not great. I would never get into this situation if I could avoid it, but this will give you an idea of the low light comparison. So that'll wrap up my video and a little bit of photo test of the Google Pixel 5 and the GoPro Hero 9. Now, I've got a lot of sun on my face right now with the Hero 9, and this is why I use the color graded footage because the lighting can get pretty harsh with the Hero 9. I've got just sun blasting my face right now. And so before I totally wrap up this video, let me give you an idea of what you can do with the Hero 9 by going to a wide view. So this is wide, and it really helps to get a lot of your surroundings in the shot if you want to do that. Now I'm going to switch over to super view, which will put a lot of things in the shot. And this is super view. I don't typically use this for vlogging because of the way it distorts the things around the camera, but it's nice to be able to get a lot of your surroundings. There are times when you want to do that. So this is super view. I'll switch back over to linear and back to linear, which again is what I typically use for vlogging. It still gives a pretty wide angle compared to all smartphones that I've used when I'm using the front-facing screen. So this is a really nice vlog setup. And finishing up with the rear camera of the Pixel 5 for the final shot. Any questions or comments that you have, drop those below. If you've done comparisons with the Pixel 5 and the iPhone or the Hero 9, let me know what your results are. Also, let me know in the comments below what you think about the videos and how they compare. Thanks for watching.